One less can of hard seltzer in this world. I'm proud of myself. So this is what everybody really looks like when they take their mask off after guns, beer, and therapy. Howdy, Hillbilly Nation. This is American Hillbilly. Man, good to see y'all out there tonight. I hope everybody is doing wonderful. Sitting there watching that video there, I was thinking to myself, like, man, I sure have destroyed a lot of hard seltzer. And that's only part of them. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man, I hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend. Good to see y'all out there, each and every one of you. I love each and every one of you, and thank you so much for being here tonight. And, oh, yeah, I also got a new Guns, Beer, and Therapy shirt. Yeah. So I want to show that off real quick. But, man, we got a great show lined up for y'all tonight. Oh, man. Good to see y'all here. So we got great people back there in the side chat. And, I mean, we just got to get them out here. Just some great people. And why not just go ahead and bring them on out here so everybody can say howdy. Anyway, first up, let's bring out Mr. Ron Wayne. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Hey there. Good, pretty good. Appreciate you having me on tonight. Look forward to this. It's always a highlight of my week. Just know that you make my week better with this. So there's that.
Well, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. So, have you got to make anybody's week better this week, or has anybody made your week better?
Oh, that goes hand in hand. You know, like taking shopping carts back into the store and watching the smile on the people's face when they say thank you, and you know, little things like that. You gotta do those things. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, glad to have you on tonight, buddy. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Up next, we have Mr. JH586. How you doing tonight, Jamie?
Doing well. Thanks for having me, Hillbilly. The burgers are top notch in the green room. Bubba's not here, so I felt safe eating them. So.
Yeah. Oh, man. If you've not heard, Bubba actually, I assume this, he talked about it before, so I'm sure it's fine to say. He actually switched jobs, not professions, but he went to work for another company. And Saturday nights that was the night he had off. Well, anyway, I believe his hours changed and all that. And so he will be able to be here. He's just going to be late getting here. So, yeah, the food in the green room is safe for a little while. There's no doubt about that.
I got a new shirt too, man. Let's see if I can.
Oh, yeah?
Away. It won't work. You can't see it, and I can't make you see it. Backwards, man. Anyway.
Yeah, shirt on backwards?
No, the camera makes everything.
Oh,
can you see that?
Here, hang on a second. Let me pull you up here. Vice Grip. Be Vice Grip Garage?
Yeah, man. I ordered a shirt. And I want to say something about your shirts. The one I had on last week and the one you got on this week.
Yeah.
I don't know who that company is, but that's top-notch stuff. It's really good. Good quality stuff.
Well, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Yeah, I wore them, ordered some and wore them for quite a while before I even put those out there, because it really stinks spending your hard working money on a shirt that just ain't worth anything. But appreciate that, buddy. If you had a chance to make anybody's week better, anybody made your week better this week?
Man, I focus on trying to make people's weeks better, but if I did something, I wouldn't tell you about it. That's just not not what we're after. And but man, so many folks have done so much to help me and make my week better that I can't even count them all. But one thing I'm thankful for, and I don't want to take up the whole intro time, but man, I'm telling you, I love the boss that I got now. My boss and me, we're kind of reading through some of the Bible together, and it's we read Genesis, and now we're on Exodus, and that's just so much fun to meet with him every morning and talk about it. So
That is great. That is real good, buddy. That's awesome. You have somebody, in that position to fellowship with, man. That's great.
it is.
Iron sharpens iron, brother.
Amen.
Yeah. Well, appreciate you being here, Jamie. Thank you so much. So up next we have not Pat in the tractor, not Pat on the 4-wheeler. Tonight we have Pat in the bunker. How you doing tonight, Pat? Oh,
And he gone.
yeah.
He
sent me a message, said be right back. I didn't see that till after I put him up there. So anyway,
MIA, ain't he?
that's okay. He'll be back hopefully. So up next we have Garage Guy 879. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing really well. Hope everybody is doing well here tonight. I want to say hello to everybody over in the side chat. I see it's rocking already.
It is.
I got my internet fixed this week. I'm
Awesome.
going to see how long it'll last, though. But I shouldn't have no technical problems tonight. It's good to see everybody.
Good to see you, buddy. So glad you're here tonight. We always appreciate you. So did you get a chance to make somebody's week better, or anybody make your week better?
Well, like I said, the internet repairman came here. He got it up and running. It got to where it wouldn't come on till after about 8, 9 o'clock at night and wouldn't stay on 5 minutes. So I had to make a call and come by, fixed it. There was some bad wiring outside. It'd been there for a few years. And that certainly made my week better.
Would, man. That having to fight the internet problems, man, that's just rough. It honestly is.
I'm just waiting to see what happens when it rains or when it rains or when the wind starts blowing, So not out of the woods yet, but got my fingers crossed.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here tonight, buddy.
Anytime.
Okay, up next we have MacMan. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Cool. Thanks for having me again. Great. I love coming on the show with you guys. And hi to the side chat. I can see that's rocking and rolling already. And good to see Mr. Ron Wayne up there. First time I think I've spoken to him, so that's really cool. Good
You
to see
too,
him.
brother.
And I dropped a few videos today. So if anybody wants to jump on my channel, I've done a couple of unboxings of some new firearms. I did a unboxing review on a Garmin Zero chronograph. And I dropped some of the Dead Zero shooting that we did a few weeks ago with some of you guys. So check that out. But we're having a great time.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here tonight, MacMan. So again, just like everybody else, did you get a chance to make anybody's week better? Anybody make your week better this week?
Well, I turned up at all the calls again on my route, so I think the guys are happy to see me. They're always happy to come on the truck and spend their hard-earned money on my truck, buying tools and jerky and Monster Energy, whatever they want to do, I'll sell it. If they want it, I'll sell it. So yeah, it's been a good week.
Being one that has stepped on a tool truck many more times I can even count over the years, every time somebody steps in your tool truck, it makes their day better. And you walk in, it's like, all these new tools and shiny stuff. It's like, yeah, air conditioning's going when it's hot outside. It's like, it's hot. Let's go hang out in the tool truck and look at some of those cool tools and cool off a little bit, So, heck yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here tonight, Mac. Man, always appreciate you, buddy. And up next, we have Moondog.
Hey,
Go.
everyone.
How you doing tonight, buddy?
Very well, thank you. How are you, gentlemen?
We are all good.
Oh, very good. So it's been a good week. I hosted or co-hosted a couples ministry earlier this week, and I spent most of the week laying out my son's school yearbook, since I'm on the yearbook committee. So that's
cool.
Those are that's sort of the what I was doing to make someone's week better. But tomorrow I'm going to be making hopefully some youngsters day better, because I'm donating a first prize for at the rifle matches. It's a new bipod that I reviewed, so they're going to get the bipod that I reviewed tomorrow. Whoever wins first place in the youth category at the 50-yard match.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And also, just a second, whoever made that comment, that was great. Yeah, Mac, man, we need a traveling FFL with guns and ammo.
Yeah.
Oh man. I got scrolling down below, Moondog, about your giveaway. So if you want to touch on that real quick, and then we can talk about it later. But
oh yeah, sure.
Hit that while it's fresh on my
mind. No worries. So hold on, let me get this out of here. For those of you who haven't seen the baseball bat, this is the Discovery EDPRS, which is this amazingly sharp, clear scope from Discovery. It's a 5x25, and it really is made for PRS, because this thing is clear, but it's also freaking heavy. So it's not something you'd want to take hunting with you. This is something definitely for bench rest shooting. But if for that, it is great. I'm giving a brand new one away. I should say Discovery is giving a brand new one away. I get to pick who the winner is. And so I'm going to do a drawing tomorrow night. And you can find complete rules on how to enter at moondogindustries.com/contest. Really, it's just subscribe to my travel channel, send me a screenshot to show that you subscribed, and send it to me through the form there, just to prove that you're not a bot. And I'll be doing the Wheel of Names tomorrow night on my Airsoft live stream tomorrow night. So good luck.
Oh man, that is awesome. And just remember, guys, the last few giveaways Moondog's done, somebody here on Hillbilly Nation's won them. MacMan actually was one of them. Yeah.
Yes, I was.
So, great deal, buddy. Thanks for doing that. And last but definitely not least, let's bring up Mr. DJ Play Nice, the voice of the internet.
Hillbilly, thank you for the introduction. Glad to be here. Glad to see everybody on panel. Let's have a good time. Rock.
Man, glad to have you here. And we had a sighting out there a while ago. So let's see. We'll find that comment here. Yeah, there it is. So Jamie, you want to count us down, or Pat? Pat, go ahead.
In 3, 2, 1. Hey.
Hello, Mario
The Battle Bean himself.
Mr. Battle Bean. Yeah.
The sexiest perp on YouTube. If you don't believe me, just ask him.
I believe it.
So also, guys, we do have a hang on a second here. Let me make sure. Oh, geez. Let me type this in again. I don't know. Hopefully they're not going to give me any trouble tonight with this giveaway tool.
Oh, we only have 8. So
yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping they're not going to give me any trouble since we're not full up. So anyway, type in hashtag HBN74 to enter a chance to win the Skinny Blue knife and join the club. The giveaway is definitely sponsored by the VIPs, guys. They're totally awesome. They're money for that goes towards giveaways. So, make sure you thank one of the VIPs when you win something, because they're the ones sponsoring the giveaway, and I sure appreciate each and every one of them. So, yeah, it looks like the giveaway tool's working just fine. So, awesome. Really glad to see that. And if you are over on see Moondog, see you're sharing this, and I don't know if anybody else is, but if you're on a shared channel, make sure you type your hashtag in on the main deal here. Otherwise, the giveaway tool won't pick it up. We don't want to, leave anybody out. So, man, awesome. So I thought we would talk just a little bit about. We got a couple things we're going to talk about, but first of all, if any of you guys did see a video I put out today, it was a 22 long rifle challenge at 50 yards. I tried to do it with my old Marlin 881 bolt action 22, but it still has the Tasco scope on it. That's 30 some years old, and everything is just kind of a blur down there, and I did the best I could, but I see real fast that I'm going to be super happy when I win that scope from Moondog tomorrow night. And I'll be able to see the target. But anyway, so I thought with also Moondog's giveaway and everything, I thought let's talk about scopes just a little bit here tonight. So we'll just kind of go around the room and talk about this a little bit, and so we'll just start our way down with you, DJ. So what's a few of your favorite scopes? We'll just name a couple, that way you give people plenty of room, that way we don't just take up all of them, each person. So name a few scopes that you kind of like, and maybe why you like them, maybe for hunting, or just if you don't hunt, target shooting.
Right on. It's going to be easy to start with me because I have very few optics. I can't even say I have a favorite one because I haven't done any distance or any sort of practice on a range or hunting with one. There was always somebody else's. So I guess I'll remember back to the first scope that I put that I glassed up on, and that was a Tasco. I don't remember which model. It didn't have any. There was no flare on the ends. It was just straight cylinder kind of thing. And yeah, I guess my favorite ones are everybody else's.
There you go. Yep. And also, DJ, I still have not got the email, buddy. So you might try to send it again. If the video's too long, it might not go through. So you may have to shorten it up just a touch. Also, I'm not for sure. But anyway, so Moondog, you get to handle a lot of scopes off and on, and so I figured this is something that you might have a little knowledge of.
Yeah, and this was just gained knowledge after doing the YouTube reviews, because I when I got back into to firearms just a few years ago, like you, I had, as far as optics, I had a Tasco 4-power scope that was originally on my Marlin 60. So that was the only real scope that I got. The first scope I bought was like a CV Life 6-24. This little tiny body scope. I think it's only like a 1-inch tube. And, that was fine for shooting at the range. But, one of the reasons I got into reviewing optics for my channel was, in an attempt to try to get better scopes than what I was willing to pay for. And so I've been fortunate enough that I've gotten, I really made an effort to try to do very objective tests on my channel, and I've gotten an opportunity to make some good connections over at SHOT Show with some brands. And I do have some favorites right now in terms of like long range precision tracked, which is a fairly new company. They were started by two guys who left Nikon, or as they say in Japan, Nikon optics when they closed. They stopped making rifle scopes, and they used to make some really good scopes, and but they got out of the rifle scope market. But so these two guys started their own scope company, and that still use, I guess they're using the same contacts that they made in Japan because they use Japanese glass and Japanese construction. So really super sharp scopes. I had one of those, and I've been a fan of Arkin scopes because they are very affordable. And one of the first long range scopes that I personally bought was the SH4 because it was under. I mean, I'm still not used to paying $1,000 for a high, quote unquote high end scope, and a lot of folks would balk to even spend more than $500 for a scope, but you really got some good quality features as well as optics for about $500 with Arkin. So I'd recommend those two. And if you really need to go for the cheap scope and you don't want to spend more than $100 for it, and I totally understand that, I found the Sig Sauer Buckmaster to be really good. And from what I understood, that actually was originally a Nikon scope. And when Nikon, again, when they got out of the market, they sold a lot of their scope line to Sig Sauer. So what you're buying is actually a Nikon scope. So if you don't want to spend more than $100, I'd recommend that.
Good stuff. Yeah. One of these days, for too long, you're going to be like our buddy Cyclops Joe, where he says all his family's like, "Joe, I don't want another scope for Christmas or my birthday. I already got 2 shoe boxes full of scopes that you've given me." So yeah, you're going to be in that status one of these days, huh?
That's part of the reason why I'm giving away all these scopes. It's like I can't keep any more scopes, so please take them off my hands.
Well, good stuff, buddy. And I really do appreciate you doing your scope reviews because you do such a good job at it. And even the comparison ones and stuff, it's such a clear vision the way you do it. And I appreciate you going above and beyond on that because it really makes a difference. If you're looking for a scope and you don't know, how the daylight's going to look through it, and stuff like that, and the distance. And so I really appreciate you doing that, buddy.
Of course. Welcome.
So, Mac Man, how about you, buddy?
Well, on my hunting rifle, some of the guys saw we went to Dead Zero. I got a Night Force, which has got custom speed turrets, and it's been set up for the gun and the ammunition. So if I want to shoot 300 yards, I turn it to 3. If I want to shoot 1,000 yards, I turn it to 10. If I want to come back to 600 yards, I turn it straight back to 6. And it is pretty spot on. It's a really, really nice scope. It's not cheap, but it's a great scope for hunting. And on a lot of my other precision rifles, I like the Beres. I think it's the Beres XTR2. I think I got 3 of them on my other rifles. So I really like Beres, Night Force. So I would say definitely those are my favorite scopes.
Wow, some good stuff right there. No doubt about that. Yeah, I think at Dead Zero, I think you pretty much proved your scope and all that, and your loads, everything was in pretty good shape, huh? And so looking forward to checking out some more of those videos today. So anyway, Mark, Garage Guy, what do you got, buddy? What do you got to say about this?
Well, I'll be the first person to admit I don't know as much about scopes as I need to, but the few I have are pretty good. On all my rimfire rifles, it's the Simmons 22 Magnum. They work well, they last, and I'm satisfied with them, and they don't cost an arm and a leg. I've got a Winchester Model 70, Chamberton 270, and it's got a Leopold scope on it. It's a 2x7x33, if I remember correctly, and the thing ain't but maybe about that long on it, but it does all I need it to do. I'm not going to be shooting a deer at 600 or 700 yards, because that means I would have to walk 600 or 700 yards and then drag it back the other
That's a
600
smart
or
man.
700 yards. Yeah. And so anything out to 250, 300, I'm fine with. But I do need to educate myself on scopes more than what I know.
Well, the Leopold's a nice light scope too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'd say it's probably,
Hey,
I don't know.
Bubba.
Hey, buddy.
I'd
What's
say
going on,
that,
fellas?
Oh, we have a sighting. It's a Bubba.
I'd say that Leopold scope's probably about 20 years old, maybe a little bit older, but it works fine. Clear, good magnification. I'm happy with it.
Oh man, yeah, Lupos are good stuff, no doubt about that. And I totally agree with you. I've passed up some deer that be down in the holler, and I know there's not no trail going down there to get them out. I'm
Oh.
like, I really don't want that deer that bad. I'm not that hungry. So anyway, so tell you what, here, Bubba, let me go ahead and move you on up there. Here. Trying to
I didn't know you could
people
lift it.
around here real quick.
Oh. It's like one of
They
those
call
puzzle
that
things.
the Brady Bunch.
Oh no, I messed something up.
Shuffling stuff around here.
Sorry, there's no food left in the green room, Bubba, but we were hungry tonight. The burgers went down pretty quick.
All good.
Does that mean
Yeah,
I'm
the
Carol
way-
Brady?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
there. I think I got it fixed. But anyway, so since you just come in, Bubba, I'll move you up there. We'll talk to you last on this part. Anyway, so good stuff. Jamie, what do you got to say? I know you like to deer hunt, so and target shoot. You're pretty dang good at both of them.
Oh, I appreciate that. There's guns and water. Hey, buddy. I'm not going to say anything that these guys hadn't already said. For the money, shooting distance, precision, you're not going to beat that Arkin SH4 6x24x50. You just are, for the dollar for dollar, it punches way above its weight. My 270, I have a Seiko 8 model AV, is made in the 80s. It's very on par with a Winchester Model 70, but I have the Nikon Buckmaster scope that I've had on it for 5 or 6 years. It's a 4x12x44, and it works great. And then I have a Leopold 2-7 on one of my lever actions for hunting, or maybe on that 350 Legend. I can't remember. But the old Simmons scopes work well. What we see in the Moondog stuff is cold hard facts of life, people. You just don't have to spend a ton of money to get some really good stuff out there. Now, bear in mind, if you're going to use a scope for deer hunting, and you're not going to be turning the dials and all that, that's not what they're made for. If you're going to do all of this, then you need to get an Arkin, or do like MacMan, get one of those Night Force. I've shot Night Force. They are incredible. They are undoubtedly the best scope I've ever put my head behind. But I can't afford them, and I won't spend that kind of money on them. But what you heard him say, and I've seen him do it. It's an awesome thing. But yeah, you're just bear in mind that your bargain level scopes are good for what they're designed to do, and that is zero them and leave them alone, shoot them, go kill deer, and if you want to go do target shooting where you have to dial them, get a scope that's meant for that. And 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 I don't really like to bash brands, but since we're talking about, and I've not tried any of their upper tier. I've got a Vortex Crossfire that I just mounted on a 30-30, and I'm hoping that it's a really good scope. But I've heard so many horror stories about Vortex scopes that I hesitated to buy one for a long time. And everybody says, well, they got great customer service and they got the best warranty out there. The best warranty is the one you don't have to use, folks.
Yeah, amen.
Yes. Yeah.
And the fact that people
I
know
believe
that
Leopold. Well, hadn't Leopold had that warranty for years and years though? I mean,
they have, but they don't do that anymore. They've
do
got
they not?
They're like, and you see scope manufacturers like Primary Arms, Vortex, Leopold. They've got different warranty levels on the different price points of their scopes now.
Oh, okay.
So you buy a lower price Vortex, it's going to have a 2-year warranty or whatever, or Leopold, whatever. But yeah, man, I could talk a long time about scopes, and I've already talked too long. So let's.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Jamie. Appreciate you, buddy. Good stuff. So, Ron Wayne, we'll jump right on up to you, buddy.
Oh gosh, I'm all over the place with optics. I'm not like stuck on one. Some work better, all that. But gosh, Swamp Fox, Vortex, Element when they were in business, and Bushnell, Arkin.
Oh, Element's not in business anymore?
No, insider stuff there. No, they are not.
Oh, okay.
They filed the B, so we'll find out what happens to them. I don't know.
That's a shame.
Man.
Yeah. That I got 2 of those, and those are great optics, crystal clear. I love them. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things. Whatever works for you, I guess. But I'm all over with it. So a little bit of everything.
Well, yeah, and I agree with you. If it works for you, I mean that's what you need. Regardless of what the price point is. So, yeah, good stuff, buddy. So Bubba, jump up to you. First of all, you weren't here on the opening, so you must. Did you make anybody's week better? Anybody make your week better? And I believe you actually have some good news. I don't think you got to tell this on last Saturday. If you want to share that. And then also just go ahead and jump on from that on into the scopes.
All right, so it's going to sound like my day didn't get better. and
Trick question, huh?
and it's something else happened this week, which I'm not going to disclose because it's very personal. I might tell you guys in the side chat afterwards. But so started off this week being told that I have been fired. I started off this week being told I've been fired. Honestly enough, that was actually a dream come true, to be honest. But see, what happened was the guy lied and said that I resigned. I did not do that. I simply stated that if I'm fired, let me know so I don't got to waste gas to come out there. And he labeled me as resigning, which I did not. So he got in trouble for false termination. And now I am working at Jim Beam as a security guard, and I could not be happier.
That's great,
could not
buddy.
be happier. Been working there a week so far, and I am just having the time of my life there. No more will I have idiots walk up to me asking me where masks are when there's a giant display directly behind me where they can see that says masks here and every conceivable language wrote on there. Never again will I have to deal with that. And I could not be happier. Never again will I have to deal with 16-hour shifts every single day. Honestly, the guy fired me was the best thing that could ever happen to me. I'll be honest. So that made my week better. Like I said, it sounds like it wasn't going to be a good thing, but listen, trust me, it was great. It was great. That person that did that is also in a crap ton of trouble right now. So I warned him. But anyway, so yeah, that definitely, yeah, I'm guarding the whiskey. That's right, Travis. Dude. I am guarding the bourbon. I'm guarding the bourbon, and I've been told that security guards there get more benefits, and they actually get stuff from the company of Jim Beam. I've been told we get new bottle prints that come out, which doesn't matter to me. I like the bourbon. So yeah, blessing in disguise. As far as scopes, I don't think anybody is. I think it's like I don't think it's a secret. Monstrum. I love Monstrum. Monstrum will always be my baby. It is the first line of scopes I ever started buying, and they have been beautiful. I haven't had any problems out of any Monstrum scopes I've ever had. And I can't wait to test out the Panzer, which if you could see the little bitty glint of orange right there, y'all will know that the 350 Legend is back with me, and it's been put together, and it looks beautiful. So we got the Panzer 1-6 put on there. I'm wanting to try out, so we're gonna have a video here soon.
Awesome.
But Monstrum and Arkin are the other scopes that I absolutely adore. They are ridiculously good scopes for their price point. A little bit higher than Monstrum, but still two equally good companies, very good scopes. And I've never seen any problems with Arkin or Monstrum. So I mean, take that with a grain of salt. Maybe I just got lucky, but I prefer them. And awesome. At the end of the day, that's all that really matters is if you like the scope. Like everybody else, I'm sure have said, if you like the scope, grab it. Suits your needs, grab it. suits your wallet, grab
it. Well, man, that's great news, buddy. Glad to hear that for you. It's amazing how sometimes we won't leave that room till the door hits us in the butt and knocks us out of that room, and then find out there's another door right outside there, so that's awesome. And during all that shuffling around I was doing a while ago, I skipped over Pat. So Pat from the bunker, what do you got to say about scopes? What's a few of them that you like for hunting or target practice and stuff?
Well, man, I've shot everything, just about what everybody said on here. I've had some Burris. I've had some Arkin that some buddies have let me shoot to get really just gnat's ass with my ammo and stuff that I was running on stuff. I've got old Tascos that are on my dad's 22-250 that to this day is still 3x9x30. Is still snipe a coyote out 500 yards. Clear, just clear, just beautiful. But we hand load for that, and just 270 has got an old Nikon sitting on top of it, and that 270 has whacked more damn deer than I can shake a stick at. New stuff, Monstrum. Man, I've got, like Bubba said, I've got more Monstrum scopes and red dots, stuff like that on there. I haven't had a lick of problem with any of them. I got that new Panzer 1-10 on there, and man, I love it. When you crank it up clear up to 10, just like what Moondog said on his, It gets just a little bit confined up there on 10. But when you're down on 1, nothing. I mean, it's just like you're looking in the regular light. So, kind of half a dozen one to the other on your video, Moondog. So that's why I picked it. Actually, the one that's going to blow your guys' hair back, and I've had it on this gun, and it is a Kicking Mule. Is a 7.62 by 54R on a 16-inch. It is I've got an old center point on that,
Oh.
3-16 on that with illuminated reticle on that thing, and it has not killed that thing yet.
Wow.
Well,
And
center points is the scope that's on my my break barrel air gun. That's notorious for just breaking scopes. So if it could stand a break barrel air gun, it for sure will stand a equivalent of 7.62.
Yeah, and that's the thing that surprised me. It was, man, I just got divorced and I was putting together a deer rifle. I was like, man, I just want to put some meat in the freezer. And this has been years ago. And somebody said, here, try this. And they just handed it to me and I bolted it on. It's been 10 years later. And that thing just takes a whooping and it's still clear. So it hasn't lost any of the gas out of it or anything. So I don't have anything bad to say about cheap scopes as long as they've got a good reputation. So, I mean, yeah, there are some junk budget ones out there, but yeah, that's the one that blows my hair back the most, that I can't believe that it's still surviving. It's that old center point on an old Mosin on the old thunder stick. It shoots flames about 2 foot out each side. So yeah, just like everybody else. I mean, yeah, I've had pretty good luck with most everything that I've picked up, so I can't complain too hard.
Yeah, well, good stuff, buddy. Thanks. That's awesome to hear that scope's been holding up on that rifle too, man. That's great. For me, oh man, I mean, pretty much everybody's said, I can't really add anything to it. We grew up, if you did buy a scope, we mostly bought it at Walmart. It was a Simmons, maybe, a Tasco, also, I still have a couple Leopolds that they're old and they still have pretty dang clear glass on them, which they weren't nothing big, like no high power or anything, but mainly for around here, since we don't have a lot of long distance shooting, a lot of times, like if you had a lever action 30-30, just like on one of my Marlins I've used for years, you had over and under scope rings on it because there's a good chance you're going to use iron sights. But if it was out there or maybe down in the woods and you just had a little farther and you needed a scope, you had it. And so lately for me, two brands that really have stood out for me that I'm really, really liking and that I've got to actually try, personally. I'm sure there's a lot more, but I'm just talking about I've actually got to try is the Arkin. I can't say enough good about those people, and Monstrum. I mean, two affordable optics that they just work. They're clear, they're dependable, and they work. And so, I just think those work, pretty good. And so you don't have to spend a whole lot of money for a good scope because there's a lot of them out there that's pretty dang decent. And so, also we just had Mark Thomas jump in. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Hello, pretty good.
Well, we're going to call out the side chat here in just a minute, but Mark, let's give you a chance here. any scopes that you kind of like for hunting or target shooting?
No, I don't have too much to say on the topic of scopes. Stuff that I have on some of the older family guns that I have, those were put on long ago, and I just leave them. I don't mess with them. Newer rifles, I don't really tend to buy much. I kind of put something on a 22. I had a real nice gift from CW. Put a Leopold on that 350 Legend Savage Axis that I got for Seth, but I'm not too well versed on scopes. I've always done iron sights, although now with the way my eyes are going, I need a scope. I'm trying to learn.
Awesome. Well, we just got such an awesome side chat out there. Let's give them some recognition. And if you're new to this show, we don't have a lot of time sometimes through topics and everything. Just shout out everybody in the side chat as we're going on. We're reading the comments. We thank you so much for putting them out there, and we try to highlight each and every one of them. And anyway, guys, give Ron Wayne a shout out. Since Bubba is working and not being here at the beginning, Ron Wayne's helping us out with some of that. So, thank you so much, Ron, for doing that. But
no problem, brother.
Anyway, Jamie, would you like to shout out the side chat out there, buddy? And what would you like for him to type in?
My brother Kyle Lusk is out there, and he's liking his SWFA. I've shot that gun with that scope, and that's a good deal on that scope. So everybody type in SWFA.
How do you spell that?
Swiffa.
There we go. And I have my mouse on my Hillbilly Up mouse pad because the up arrow still don't work. So there we go. We got MacMan 039 reloadings on the panel and in the side chat. Pat in the bunker, likewise. Guns and Waters out there. Duffer 426, Abigail Finnegan, Garage Guy 879 is also in the panel. Hasbro's out there. Colt 1927, Michael Dunn, Ozzy Osborne, Lakeview Outdoors, Tim S, Nutty 357, Defense Dead, Fluffy 10mm Jeep Guy, Travis T, 01 Guy, Woods, Mark Thomas is in the panel also, and we got Dwayne 7834 again, Guns and Water, Alaska 1, Andy Boomstick Revenge, Kyle Lusk, Mike McClune, R4 Mississippi Thunder, and Dwayne again. And DJ Playnice is in the panel. Moondog Go, Agorizer, and Michael Dunn, Single White Female Attitude. I've racked my brain what that stands for. Run 2A Matters is out there, and Guns and Water, and I think that's everybody. So, what does Moondog think of SWFA? Have you tried one of those?
That's all was on my list to try. I was actually very fond of fixed power scopes because honestly, from what I understand, you're going to get the brightest scope because you got less glass. You don't have all the extra elements in there when you're doing a variable power optic. Though from what the guys that tell me at SHOT Show, the engineer saying, well, our coatings have pretty much compensated for that. Whatever, but I would love to try one of those.
They're not expensive. They're right around that $300 price point.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to get a hold of like a 10 power.
I would love to have a 16 power. Anyway.
I'd like to have a 147 power. So I can see plumb across the lake over there to the campground.
Are you sending artillery over
Yeah.
that away?
No, I ain't gonna put it on a gun. I'm just gonna look through it all the way over there to the campground.
Well, I'm with Mark on that. It's like the only reason I started getting into magnified optics is because my eyesight wasn't good enough to use iron sights anymore at 100 yards. not to hit like a 6-inch target. It was like, oh, what is that?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. And see, guys, make sure you get in your hashtag HBN74 to enter a chance to win the skinny blue knife and join the club. This giveaway is sponsored by the VIPs. So I want to thank the VIPs for that. You guys are just totally awesome. Appreciate each and every one of you. And so me and DJ had talked or just a few nights ago. And anyway, we do know that it's kind of storm season for some of us here in, certain parts of the country. And so we might talk about that a little bit here tonight. And also, I want to think, DJ had sent me a video. And so anyway, he said, yeah, go ahead and play this and see. I had it pulled up here. Where is it? Okay. So anyway, real quick, we're gonna watch this video that DJ had sent. Make sure hopefully I can get it on with the sound and all that stuff. Let's see.
So just to frame it out a little bit for you while Hillbilly's working on that, we had, I think it's been dubbed the second most tornadoes of recorded Nebraska history. There were, like, within a couple of hours, there were 40 something.
40.
The F3 that dropped. Yeah, the F3 that dropped. And they haven't figured out which F it is yet because they have to take all the damage reports and consider that before they actually stamp what it is. And we're in the middle of the country. Tornadoes happen. It started out to the west of me, and it went through the state capitol. That's Lincoln. About an hour later, you get to Omaha, but that storm moved a hell of a lot faster than you could drive it. So the footage taken is from a friend of mine who was on her way back to Lincoln when all of this was getting started. So now shut up. This is what she took from the side of the road.
Yeah, and I can't zoom in on it, guys. Sorry about that. But hopefully everybody can see it. Let me know. I don't really know if you need a sound for this, but hopefully it goes ahead and plays.
Yeah.
So it is pretty much in the very center of the picture, but you see that halo above the tornado, the twister that's actually touching ground there. I mean, that huge cloud system was feeding it all. And I watched another person's footage, and there were like 3 of them that came down together. Another one joined, and they ended up being a 3-in-1 tornado. And I think that's the one that hit a smaller community between here and Lincoln. And that was like houses gone, whatever. Second worst in 75.
Oh my God.
I was alive for that one. Second worst in 75.
I hope this lifts up and scary. First tornado in 15 years since I've been in Nebraska that I've seen.
Wow. That's a scary sight right there.
Fuck.
Yeah, she's just being so quiet, observe in observation and see the cars that are turning around using the median. Yeah, they're hightailing that shit.
Damn, bro.
That would be me.
And it should be ending here pretty soon. Yeah, when the person ahead of her opens up their door, that's when she decided to get out too. And so I got to finish my screen. She ran about 10 yards, the flying squirrel down into the mud and covered her head and waited for it to go. There was only one person that was in and amongst that had pulled over and been in like the ditches nearby or whatever as they collected themselves and were moving on from it. Nobody got really hurt. So the one kid apparently had a big chunk of styrofoam that bonked him in the noggin at 100 miles an hour or something. So he's bleeding, but it wasn't that bad. So that's where she was. I can't speak to the devastation elsewhere.
It says a lot about the speed of the winds if you get hit by styrofoam and it does that kind of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I will comment on what you sent, DJ, and I have seen that video, and there's way too many freaking tornado videos from yesterday. I mean, way too many. But the big one that rolled through there was a confirmed F5, 1.5 miles wide, and woof. We hadn't had an F5 since I was a kid in '92 when it took out my mom and dad's farm in '92. It wiped it off the map. It was gone. So, and I was 11 years old at that point in time, and that was the first F5 recorded in Nebraska history. Was in 92 or 92, and I think that's only the second recorded F5 in Nebraska, and they call that the Thunder of God because it takes everything, it just scours everything, it takes dirt and everything. Everything's just gone, nothing left. So yeah, I've seen two of them now. I got to see the first one as it rolled through the plains and took out our farm, and I got to see the second one on video. So, oof. Nasty.
Isn't it a little early in the year for that? I mean, it's
no about time for here.
I mean, yeah, it's open, and it is kind of open.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I just say that the season it's a really big open season, Jamie. We can expect to get those things this early, a little bit earlier, down into the fall. It's kind of nutsy Fagan. People don't think about the weather on the Great Plains, but you look at those cloud formations, and as was being told, a mile plus storm system that's touching ground and just running straight wherever it wants to go. It's freaky.
Yeah.
I'd be more freaked out by hurricanes, I think, though. Hurricanes, tsunamis, I think they'd freak me out more.
Yeah. We're just topic here, guys. I just put a storm season for some of us. What are some of your experiences that you've had? And so, of course, the side chat's been like, they've already been throwing in some stuff, great stuff in there too. So I'll just kind of leave this open, just instead of going around the room, because some people may not have experienced, some bad storms. But so, Pat, who's talked. So, like anybody else, just anything experience or something that you guys have had that maybe went through, or like you've heard of something like you do this and this is the best thing you can do.
Well, a few years ago, I picked up a new tool truck, and I picked it up in Chicago, so I flew into Chicago, and coming back, I was coming down through Oklahoma, I think it was, coming into the top side of Texas, and it was beautiful sunshine in front of me, nice day. I was traveling down this road, and I could feel my truck buffeting a little bit. I was thinking, where's all this wind coming from? And next thing, a load of tumbleweeds flew across the road, right to left. And I thought, that was weird. And then probably 30 seconds later, all those tumbleweeds came back from left to right, going the other way. And I was talking on the phone to my wife, and I just happened to look to the left, and way out in the left, there was a tornado. Hit ground, sort of just out there in the left. Above me was perfect sunshine. I looked to my right, black clouds, and another tornado. I was on the phone to my wife, and this is the first time I've ever experienced them. So I'm driving down this road. I got a tornado both sides of me. I don't know how far away. it was, but it started to buffer the van. And she was on the news, and she's in, yeah, there's tornadoes all over Oklahoma. You need to get out of there. So I thought, what do I do? I've seen people saying you pull under a bridge and you climb up and you stay under that bridge, or you climb in a ditch. And I just thought, boom, foot down, let's try and drive past it. And I just got up to about 80, 85 in my truck, and I was plowing down this road. And I could see these tornadoes coming in and coming in and coming in. And eventually I passed them, and it was a clear sky in front of me again. Looking in my mirrors, I could see them behind me. But I managed, I was ahead of them, and I just kept on going, foot to the floor, as fast as I could go.
Man.
And it was scary. I'd never
been scary.
When I had them right, both. I don't know. They were quite a way away. You could see them in the distance, but they'd both touched down. But it was scary.
Man, that. Yeah, evidently you did the right thing. Oh man, that's something to see. I bet. Golly. So, who's next?
I'll go next. A lot of people think tornadoes only happen in the flat, maybe less hilly regions of the country. We get tornadoes here as well in the Appalachian Mountains. Matter of fact, 13 years ago this month, we had a couple of tornadoes touch down in a neighboring town. And unfortunately, there was some loss of life.
Oh.
There was some houses that got messed up, a few of them destroyed. And when you drive down the highway, Interstate 81 from Chill Highway to Glade Spring, you can still see where the trees had to be cut down. It just looked like a totally different place after it happened. So, like I was saying, a lot of people think, well, if you're in the mountains, you're going to be safer, but they don't happen near as often in a mountainous region, but they do happen, especially down in, valleys and hollers and stuff like that.
They tend to stay in those areas and bounce around.
Exactly.
And
but the storm system that come through here, it wasn't like one great big storm. It was like, some people would say, one storm after another. But what was so different, it was like one storm on top of another that night. It was something that rarely happens, And, fortunately, there wasn't, more damage than there was, but it can happen in a mountainous region.
Mm-hmm. No doubt about that. Real quick before we go on to the next person, I want to share this picture that Defense Dad sent, since it's on topic. So, see, where is it? Oh, hang on a minute here. Sorry, I had to click on the button here real quick. Sorry about that, guys. So, he says this picture was 12 blocks from our store in Omaha, Northeast Nebraska store.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet Bippy. Look at that.
Now, who is that submitted that, Hillbilly? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Defense Dad.
Defense Dad.
Oh, double Defense Dad. I got you.
Dee.
Yeah. Yeah, the destruction that they can leave, just it's unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, I hope this is not like we're all about making somebody's day better here, but it is something that that happens. And so I know this is kind of a different topic for us, but we want people to, or me, I want people to be aware that some destruction can happen. And if you're in a path or in an area, this is it's no laughing matter or something to ignore by any means, So I mean, you can make your own day better by uh, getting somewhere safe, and we might talk about that here in a bit. About maybe some of the safer places to be. But anyway, anybody who's up next got a story?
I can go.
Mark, yeah.
I'm up here in central Pennsylvania. I'm seeing some stuff over there in the side chat. We do get some every now and then, especially out here in the central part. We got some valleys that tornadoes will develop, and it's quick. I mean, they barely any notice, and all of a sudden there's a storm coming in, ripping roofs off, doing damage. And it's probably close to 15 years ago. I had a good friend of mine lived out about 10, 12 miles west of me, or no, east of me. And boy, they got hit with a tornado come through their community. And it was that weird, irrational, just, it's hard. It would hit one house, it would hit the next one, and then it would jump over the next and just obliterate the next one. And there would be one house standing there in the middle, untouched. It was just weird. It was hard to believe. My friend was in that community. His house was one of the lucky ones that was untouched. The one behind him was moved 3 feet off its foundation.
Wow.
And a barn across from him that was over 100 years old looked like it had exploded. Just stones, old beams. I mean, big 12 by 12 hand-hewn beams just thrown around like Lincoln logs. Unbelievable. And I went out to help them clean up and try to do a little bit, helping the community. There were buildings with 2x4s shot straight through them. There were pictures everywhere. There was a nice fire company local that was collecting, when you found albums, you found pictures, you took them there, and they tried to put them into a collection to help families recover what they could. But some of them were just obliterated. It was unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it in my life. I can't imagine what it's like to live out there in the Midwest with the Tornado Alley and having those hitting every year.
Yeah. It is a scary situation, when it comes to that. And that's, it's just amazing some of the damage it can do. So thanks for sharing that, Mark. Anybody else up next?
Well, I think we need to not forget about the devastation it was in Murray County had when the tornado came through. I think this was just 2 years ago, I believe.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. That actually started south of me down in Arkansas. And I forget, do you remember how many miles that thing went on the ground? It was a lot.
I don't remember how many miles it went. I just remember that most of my church went down there, and my uncle sent his construction company down there to help clear up the rubble and stuff. So I got to see a lot of it firsthand, and it was nightmarish how much damage that thing did. There was so many. You didn't know whose house was whose anymore. You didn't know whether I'm laughing, but it's more like a nervous laugh. I don't really mean to degrade any of the situation, so I apologize if that comes off that way. But there was houses from like 2 or 3 miles down on top of houses in the next area. And it was just it was ridiculous. I'm pretty sure Kentucky Ballistics was down there too, helping out and stuff. So there was a lot of stuff. Which Murray County is where he lives. So I mean, he was down there, and it was crazy to see, but it was also heartwarming to see how many people would come to help out in that situation. Other than that, I remember. I want to say it was 97. My mother and my aunt and me and my little brother were chased by a tornado. That was that was interesting. And then we had
Chase?
chased by it.
On
I don't know if it was
were you-
actively chasing after me, but we did just get some Taco Bell, so it might have been angry. Might have been hungry. I'm not 100% sure, but yes, but no, we got chased by a tornado. It it followed us for a good 3.5 miles down the road.
Wow.
Yep.
Man.
And I can't remember if it veered off. It's been so long. I can't remember if it veered off or it just picked itself up. I don't remember. I just know my mother and my aunt was scared crapless. But yeah, then we had another. Somebody mentioned sleeping through a tornado that hit half a mile from their house. I've done that too, and yeah, that was scary. I had one hit close to my work recently too. That was another one.
Yeah, and also I want to shout out, since we are gun community, props to Kentucky Ballistics. They, I believe it's shirts and donations and stuff that he had for that. And I think he matched up to like $20,000 or $30,000, something like that.
Wow,
for
good
that.
for him.
Yeah. So
Good
I
on
mean,
Mhm.
people don't understand, how good-hearted people are, in this, gun communities and stuff. So, props to him for doing that, man. That was really nice of him. He had the platform and was able to raise, money. And so, yeah, I mean, it's amazing. What somebody has to go through, when they're go through some of these. So is there anybody else that'd like to share?
Oh, and in case anybody wanted to know, it was the Kentucky Strong T-shirts that raised all the money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Bubba had touched on, and Hillbilly, you had too, about the bum deal. I mean, it's a bummer, man. And the nervous laughter, I get that. The one that was in Joplin, Missouri in 2011, went down there to do cleanup. And my thing was focusing on pets or animal rescue, any animal. Because, people are thinking about, and no disrespect, but people are thinking about other things sometimes instead of, the family dog even. And that we were able to affect a couple of reunions, and that's just freaking awesome. 100, about 200. I don't remember how many people died. It was over 100, kind of thing, and that's like the most.
Yeah.
Seeing that devastation, that's Fujita scale. That was an absolute F5. It's just like you have a model in front of you, and like Gary does an arm rake for those IWI zipper pulls, just takes everything with it. It's crazy.
Yeah. And I have a good friend of mine that was living in Joplin at the time, or well, their son was. And anyway, they'd moved down here from that area, and he still had like a pretty good sized shop. It was like 40 by 60 and had a lot of stuff in it. And it was right across the road from the house that the son and his wife had moved into. The house was untouched, but it totally wiped out the garage, just right across the road. And yeah, and see, one of the problems with that Joplin being so close to, like Oklahoma and Kansas, at the time, if I remember right, and I might be totally wrong on this, but this is just what I remember. They predict like the weather deal, like, okay, from state to state, but like when it comes into the county, like the alerts don't go out until it crosses that state line.
Oh.
And so when it crossed that state line, Joplin was already in the alerts come out, they were already in the path. And unless somebody's just actually watching and their radar on their phone or something like that. And then also a lot of people ignore that stuff. Oh man, we've had tornado warnings before, and stuff. So, my opinion now, everybody has a cell phone. Most usually there's weather, you can get some type of radar. So, it don't take much to literally check on your own when there is, warnings and stuff like that, because it could save, your life or other families' lives and stuff, and so anybody else have anything?
Yeah, I'll expand on a couple other ones. The Greensburg, Kansas tornado uh, had a John Deere dealership, several mechanic shops. Uh, wasn't a it was a town. It wasn't a great big city or anything, but man, that place. I had a buddy of mine who lived down there, and I mean, literally, the whole town, city hall, library, everything, elementaries, gone. 100% gone. It literally wiped this town off the map. I mean, it was gone. Cemeteries, everything, gone. There wasn't a trace left of that town. Anyway, they did get it built back up and everything. They did have a lot of help, but yeah, that was a strong F5 on that one. And I'll tell one more little story. That one that hit our farm that took it out. About everything you could imagine. It took barbed wire and wrapped it around telephone poles where barbed wire was 6 foot wide, wrapped around telephone poles. The straw through the fence posts and stuff. That's a real thing. That's a real thing. That is definitely a real thing. Man, tornadoes do weird, freaky stuff. So anyway, the point that I'm driving at is don't underestimate severe weather alerts or tornado warnings, tornado watches. Just when something like that pops up, people just keep up with the weather because you never know what's going to happen. You don't have to run around like a chicken with your head cut off, but just pay attention to the weather because Mother Nature has the upper hand no matter how good we build stuff, no matter how good our weather alert systems are. She can drop the hammer at any time. So just stay alert, people. When there's bad weather, just stay alert.
Yeah. And also, guys, we're going to be doing the the giveaway hashtag HBN74 here really soon. So make sure you get those hashtags in. Against Barbecue says, new drinking game. Every time Pat says gone, we do a shot. You're giving me a rough time out there, Patrick.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So we have that in our area quite a bit. There's a chance tornadoes around here quite a bit. And I remember one time I forget what the year was. It was a few years back. The storm chasers that you see them on TV, they had like a little show out. They were in Oklahoma, Kansas a lot, and so they had come down here in the Ozark Mountains in Arkansas, Missouri, like where I live. And will you hush up? Anyway, sorry about that. Anyway, there's a tornado coming this way. They got down here. They literally were scared to death. They're like, you can't see it. You can't see it. We got hills and mountains, and then they're like, what road do they get on? They don't go north, south, east, and west. No, they don't. And then you got 40, 50 foot tall oak trees everywhere. You can't see past them. And they literally said, we'll never go down the Ozark Mountains again after a tornado. I mean, because you're at a very big disadvantage. And because of the not being able to see, and roads go around hills and hollers. And so you can't just jump on a road and head one direction, to get out of the storm. And so, yeah, I've seen damage from house pretty much tore all apart, but like from the outside, you can see a wall or two left on the bathroom with towels still stacked on the shelf, but the whole rest of the house gone. I mean, it's some weird stuff. And before we get this giveaway here, I'm just going to say, guys, if you are in the any of these, or if you come across them, there's stuff, just simple stuff that's most usually told on the radio. Get to a interior part like a bathroom, something that's got small walls for support, basements, roadways, ditches, or culverts. I've heard say not get up underneath an overpass, but actually, while traveling on the road, I've had to do that twice, and I was glad the overpass was there because there wasn't anywhere else to get, in those situations. So, if you're traveling or in those vicinities, just kind of heed warning. As a gun community, a lot of us say, be prepared, and with your to-go bag or your gun that you carry, whatever the case might be. Yeah, I'm kind of bringing this full circle for you guys. Be prepared, and hopefully you never use it, right? You don't have to use that to-go bag. You never have to use that, carry concealed weapon that you might have. Same way in situations like this. Be prepared, take those cautionary steps and hope that when it's over with, you're like, man, we're good. Probably didn't even need to do that, but we did, and we're safe, because you never know what can happen. So in these type of situations, don't just ignore this. Be prepared the same as we are. And whatever reasons we are for carrying guns, firearms, and stuff. So let's go ahead and do this giveaway. I know Jamie and Moondog probably both are going to have to get off here. Anyway, so sorry, I'm reading a private chat here. So Jamie, did you read that, buddy, on the private chat?
You're muted, Jamie.
Yeah, he'll go on my list, and I'm typing you something back, Bubba.
Awesome.
Okay.
Alrighty. So let's go ahead and do this giveaway, guys. You guys out in the side chat are awesome. I mean, you guys are awesome. This show would not be a show without each and every one of you. I just hope you all know that. And so let's bring up the giveaway tool, and let's all cross our fingers that it actually works. Right. So anyway, it is showing that it is working. We have 41 entries. I'll give everybody just a few seconds. If you're not entered, please type in HBN74, and this will be for the skinny black knife. So,
Skinny blue.
Or skinny blue knife.
Yeah, skinny blue.
I just need to say SBK. That'll cover, black or
that little guy right there.
Yeah. So if you're not got your hashtag in, please go ahead and do that.
Not got.
Small confession, Hillbilly.
Pardon?
I have been using this. I said small confession, skinny blue knife, the bales. Last 4 days now.
Awesome.
I love it. It works great.
Well, the only reason you're not using your skinny black knife is because your wife took it from you.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
So
He's got
let's
Darth
get this
Vader.
thing a big wind up here and give her a spin and see who the winner is tonight.
Spin
Well,
that wheel.
skinny blue knife. Woods.
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 Congratulations.
Congratulations, buddy. So, Woods, you still out there, brother? Say something in the side chat and see, today's the 27th.
Tennessee Goddess said her husband took her blue one.
Good one. Yeah.
Oh no, she just got it.
You got the opposite problem that I had. Oh, Wood says send it to barbecue.
Send it to barbecue. Okay, Woods, you're gonna have to be responsible if barbecue cuts itself or something, buddy. I'm holding you totally responsible. So barbecue, text or email me your address. I probably got it, but just go ahead and text or email it to me. And anyway, for one, that helps me not to forget to send it out, and I'll get that sent out to you, buddy. So anyway, it's really nice of you, Woods, to do that. So up next, I know that Moondog needs to get out of here, and possibly Jamie, and I don't know who else. So Moondog, why don't you go ahead and tell us what you got coming up and all that stuff. And also, guys, I want to remind you again that giveaway is sponsored by the VIP members. So thank those guys. Here they are right here.
No worries. I just wanted to come back to the previous topic before I jump out here. You like to often say, do something to make somebody's day better. And I love the fact that Kentucky Ballistics did that matching gift. And I'm just throwing this out there for everybody. If you could do something in, with your gun club or your organization to raise money for the folks who got hurt and their homes and their lives destroyed, try to do that. Put together a fundraising match or whatever you can do. I remember back a few years ago when Hurricane Sandy hit the East Coast. I organized a series of airsoft games there to raise money for Team Rubicon, who were there volunteering and helping the folks whose homes were destroyed in Hurricane Sandy. And it doesn't take that much effort, and everybody wants to pitch in. So do what you can. That's the one thing I'd like to encourage everybody to do. And before I jump out, again, I'll be giving away this scope tomorrow. But on the heels of that, I'm working on. I just finished a review on this new scope from CV Life. As I'm mentioning, that was the first scope that I ever bought. Well, this scope is way better than that scope that I bought. It's a whole nother league of scope. This is actually a decent long range precision scope. I'll be giving this away next month. So when the Discovery Optics scope offer is over, keep that the URL and also your screenshots, because actually I'm going to do a different giveaway this time. So, but check out at moondogindustries.com/contest for the details on this giveaway. And I want to thank Hillbilly for letting me on the show tonight, and everybody else for everybody else on the panel for the good company tonight.
Yes, and guys, make sure you. I think we got one or two people out there at the 10 millimeter ranch. Dang, cat. Anyway, cat just bit my toe
Oh no.
for some reason. Anyway, can you throw out the link to Moondog Go?
Oh, sure.
And so people can get over there and subscribe to that channel. And then what's the other one? Your .com. Put that out there.
MoondogIndustries.com/contest.
Yeah.
And that's where I'll usually be posting all my contest details, so that if you get to that, you whatever contest I'm having, the information will be there, so you can always find that.
Awesome. So that's great stuff. And like I said, guys, I believe Hillbilly Nation's won the last two. So you got a great chance. So let's see Hillbilly Nation taking the other win over there on Moondog Go. So
All right. Good luck, everybody. Hopefully, I'll
thanks
see
a
you
lot,
tomorrow night.
buddy. Appreciate it.
Hey, Moondog.
Moondog.
Later on,
Hi,
man.
Moondog.
Good night.
Have a good one, brother.
So Jamie, you gotta get out of here, brother.
Yeah, man. I feel like I got in a fight and lost, man. I cut grass today. I'm whooped for it. And the weedy. I did the weed eating too. So, guys, thanks for letting me hang out with you guys. Y'all are awesome. Side chat is even more awesome. And I got
Awesomer.
4 videos out that, awesomer. Give my Southern English. But I got 4 videos out this week, 3 unboxings, and then a review on a cowboy rig, which y'all can see right back there. So
Beautiful holster.
it is. And, good night,
There,
ladies.
now everybody can see it. Oh,
There
man.
you go.
Look at that beauty.
And
Yeah.
you can see the Mark Thomas rig with that 44 mag Black Hawk and sitting in that
Yeah. Some nice stuff right there.
one. Turn around a little bit more and you can
Oh,
see
here. Hang on. Let me bring you back up. I hit the
you
wrong
go
button.
the other way here.
Oh, man.
Got a coach gun and a 357 lever action.
Oh, yeah. Good
I
stuff.
need to talk to you, Hillbilly. My dang old drill press, the table ain't level. I need to figure out how to level that thing up. Other than that, I'm gonna go inspect my eyelids for cracks, man. Y'all have a good time. Go to church somewhere tomorrow. Good night, Dwayne. Good night, Lakeview. And y'all might have missed it. Mississippi Thunder said he's going to go polish up his Sunday school lesson tomorrow. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks a lot, Jamie, for being here, buddy.
Thanks.
See you
Bye.
later.
Bye. So, guys, make sure you go over and check out Moondog and JH586. Great channels. Subscribe to them if you're not already. And also, with Jamie, he hosts one of the hosts of Georgia Shooting Connection. So that's on Friday nights, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. And then right after that, Friday nights are great too. Right after that, there's Foul Territory with Gizzard Gary, and then also the 2A Weekly Wrap Up with G Webs. And so, anyway, great Friday nights, and also we got great Saturday nights and Sundays. We'll get on into that later, but yes, go check them out. So. Anybody else got to get off here before we go on to the next topic? Mark?
Yeah, I'm going to take off before I fall asleep.
Yeah, sorry I booted you last week, but you looked like he's in peace, and I was like, well, somebody's going to screenshot this. So I just went ahead and booted you, and then I believe you screenshotted yourself.
Yep, no apologies necessary. And I'll go ahead and make fun of myself before anybody else can.
Right.
Yep. It was a long day and a long night, and we have had the same thing today. My son was up at 3:45 to be at school at 4:30 to travel
man.
to a competition for his gifted class. He didn't get home till 10 o'clock tonight, and he's planning on getting up tomorrow to go to airsoft. So more power to him. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to sign off, and I'm going to get to bed so I can get up and make sure he makes it there.
Well, that's good thing you're doing, buddy. Thank you so much, Mark, for being on. You got anything coming up you'd like to share with us?
Well, I do have 2 new shotguns I want to take to the range. I was hoping to get them there today, but I spent time working on the Jeep. Got a new side-by-side 12 gauge, and I got a new semi-auto 12 gauge.
Nice.
So we'll try to get them down there, and want to try to do a few new hollow point loads for my 45 Colt, some regular jacketed bullets about commercial, and some hollow points that CW sent me. So we'll try to get those done. It'll be a short video, but we'll try to get her in there. So
awesome.
Night,
looking forward to that, buddy. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate you, buddy.
Take care,
Thanks
bro.
for having me.
Bye.
Rock.
Good night, Mark.
And guys, go over and check out Mark Thomas's channel. Great stuff at the range. And then there's videos of him and his son. Some airsoft stuff too, and plus great craftsman with the leather holsters. I mean, just pretty much second to none. So if you're not subscribed to Mark Thomas, make sure you go over there and check him out.
I don't know what was in the well, I know it was in the chat over there in our private chat, but was he wanting that do it live or what was
No.
the deal with that?
What?
Okay.
No.
Okay. No, I was just that's why I put up the prayer for you. So,
You betcha.
okay. I didn't know because I didn't know how to interpret all that. So because we've had 1 or 2 requests like that before. So but anyway, I'm
You
praying.
betcha. Thanks for checking on that too, Pat. So, man, what a great bunch of people we have here we're involved in. I mean, great stuff. And so I thought we'll just have some fun. I'm gonna save see, oh man. I had one of these just for Walter, and he's not on tonight. He's traveling. So we might just start on the other side of this and go down a little ways. So this was something we talked about a few times. I mean, GJ's talked about it, and we've talked about it on this panel, and we're like, yeah, we'll come back and visit this. So we're talking about music or songs, and we thought, well, what would be like the top 3 songs from each era, And so I started back in the 40s, but Walter's not here tonight, so instead of starting back there, let's just start here at the top, and we'll work our way backwards. And we'll get through 2 or 3 of these, and we'll finish them up maybe next week. But so I know this is going to be kind of hard for some of us on the panel. Maybe I know me for sure. But the first one is the top 3 songs from 2000 and above, because I didn't know how to split. I was going every 10 years, but then I thought, well, 2000 and above. I didn't want to just keep going with these because I did every 10 years. So anyway, this is from, I could say the newer music, I guess. And this can be country, rock, or well, I mean, I don't know if they got rock anymore, but whatever it's called, pop or what. I mean, I don't know the correct word for that. So anyway, I don't know. I want no woke people coming after me. You call that rock? That ain't rock. That's what you old people listen to. So anyway, DJ, why don't you just go ahead and kind of take this over, buddy, and we'll work our way backwards.
Okay. When you said 2000s, I ran up to now and I went straight back down closer to the turn of the century to pick up the White Stripes and the song. I think I'm going to go with Icky Thump. And that Icky Thump is the name of the song if you want to look it up. I love what he does on guitar. I love what they did as a duo. They have some really great videos. And that takes me to another band, OK Go. And they did a video where they're on treadmills. So they're treadmills here, they're treadmills all over the place. And they're like singing the song and, aping for the camera, but they're doing synchronized movements. And that was, I guess the video really influenced me to like that one. And then, wow, Lampshades on Fire, Modest Mouse. And that's it, man. Unless you want to know a little bit more about each of those tunes. This was rough. I mean, I came to those pretty quickly, and maybe 5 minutes from now I would be like arguing with myself for my choices. But it's rough to narrow it down, and that's we're talking about a quarter century worth of music. And yeah. So who goes next?
Go ahead, DJ. I'll let you just take this, and when we get through, we'll just go to the 10 prior years, buddy. If you don't care.
Oh, not at all. We go down to Pat. That'd be great, man. I know you're going to have trouble with this. I think that I'm vibing. You might have gorillas in there, but maybe not. Maybe Clint Eastwood is the thing.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Anything from the Gorillas on that. Love most of their stuff on that. I will have to go with Tool, Numa. For my second one, love that song. It just hits me, and I got to go with Richmond, north of Richmond. Man, I love that song. It speaks a lot of truth on that. So yeah, if I obviously, there's a lot more out there that I could pick, but just off the top of my head, those three, right there.
Right on.
So, anyway,
and I'm glad we got a back chat because talking about music and food is going to spill over to that. And I don't know what we're going to get into tonight, but I'm looking forward to it. MacMan, up to you, man. Center square. What do you got?
My favorite song from this, it's got to be Gaga. I just love Bad Romance. One of my favorite songs of all time. I just love that song. I don't know. Another one would be, I'm a huge fan, of Tina Turner. So any of her music, I just stunning. Just love it. Don't really know for a third one. It's quite hard when you just get dropped on the spot, isn't it?
It is.
Just listening to. I started really listening to country music, and I really like that Lainey Wilson. So I've really got into that lately, and I'd say one of her new songs. I've been getting into the Moonshine one and the one she does with Jerry Rolls. I'm just really getting into country music. I must be my old age or something, but I'm really getting into it now, and I think my third one would be anything from her.
Right on. I didn't expect her name to come up. I'm glad it did. I'll have to check out some more because I know very little about her. And so we got a garage guy. We got, there's only one Mark on the panel now. And I wish that all those Kiss songs from the 70s came out in the 2000s and made sense, man. You got to bring it up to the 2K. What do you got?
Well, honestly, I can only think of maybe 2, 3 songs since 2000. And I'll be honest, I never was much for country music until the last few years, and none of it is the new country music, talking Johnny Cash, those guys, But as far as my favorite music, which was a little more the harder rock and roll, back in the early 2000s, Ozzy Osbourne did a song called I Can't Stop. It's really hard driving all the way through. It's got a good vibe to it. I always enjoyed hearing that. Let's see. And speaking of Kiss, they did 2 albums, one about 2009, Sonic Boom, and the other one, Monster, I think it was 2012. There's some good songs on those records, too. But the music industry is really different today than it was way back when. And, one song off Sonic Boom I really liked was called All for the Glory. It was, the lead vocals was done by their drummer at the time, Eric Singer. Turned out really well. And then the other one, Monster, there was a song I really liked and kind of reminded me of AC/DC in a way. The song was called Take Me Down Below, and that was a pretty good jam. But other than that, I can't really think of anything that's really grabbed and caught my attention that come out in the 2000s. I guess I'm old school.
Right on, right on. I mean, we've had conversations where you do bring it up to the current times as well. I wouldn't, don't chide yourself just because you don't have all the new hip stuff in your playlist. And speaking of playlist, I think it'd be a good idea for somebody, I don't know, a busybody out in the text chat or maybe somebody in playback to write these down and we listen to them at some point in the back chat, just have it in the background music kind of thing when we're off air. I think it'd be great because there are a couple songs that I don't know and already a couple artists. So that's great. That's like the perfect kind of setup for me because I want to hear something new. I want that kind of deal going on. Ron, what do you got?
Well, I'm 70s, 80s type music, but I did listen to some stuff in the 2000s. I'll have to admit it. Yes, I did. Green Day, Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
Yeah, Green Day.
Lifehouse, Hanging by a Moment. Love that song. And I'll admit it, I like Kesha. TikTok stands out. So, yeah. Sorry, I had to.
I had a buddy who used to wash his RV and his cars and everything. He had like a whole, pole barn full of stuff to Kesha the whole time. It was his pump music. He'd just be going around. Yeah. I mean, it's, you see that in that setting and you don't expect it. It's like almost like a slap. It's just like one of these things is not like the other, but they come together for sure.
Yeah.
Bubba, the Ink Spots. I don't think they released anything in the 2000s, man. Nothing in the new century.
But largely they didn't. If I had to pick 3, and I have to do an honorable mention for number 4, I have to do it. I'm sorry. I apologize, guys, but there has to be an honorable mention. The honorable mention I will say first. The honorable mention is Stereo Dive Foundation's Story Keeper. Nobody here probably knows who they are. It's a Japanese band, and it's just a song that hits home for me, but I can't really say that one. That's why it's an honorable mention because it's not an American song. So the three top songs for me, first and foremost, has got to be Facts by Tom McDonald. That's been one of the best songs I've heard so far in the new year. I would say Oliver Anthony's song, but I really can't say that. It's already been mentioned. Not going to say that. But I will go a step ahead and say Avenged Sevenfold, Seize the Day was probably one. First of all, it's got one of the best harmonics solos in it I had ever heard in my life, and it was gorgeous, and it just hits home. It's just one of those ones that kind of speak to you. So that's number 2. Number 3. You know, I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with a different genre here, and take it a step back and say, I doubt anybody knows this song. Children of Bodom, In Your Face. Doubt anybody knows this band.
You're right. Nobody knows.
But it's one of the few bands that have an electronic keyboard. Not a guitar.
Oh, wow.
Keyboard.
Now you're sparking my interest.
And it's a heavy, I'd say it's thrash metal as far as the genre is concerned. But it's really interesting to hear the different tones and stuff like. So that one kind of hit me hard. So yeah. But the Stereo Dive Foundation, Storykeeper, sorry, I had to have an honorable mention there.
Right on. I'm glad you included that. And I marked down a couple. And you know, there was somebody in the chat who knew that song because you talked about it in a chat like, I don't know, 6 months ago or something, man. So I'm glad it came back around because I never went back to do the Children of the Bottom thing and figure it out. And everybody keep a close eye on the text chat because if any mistakes are made about metal and Abigail is here, look out. She's going to get you straight. She'll set you straight on what that is. So,
hey, DJ.
Yes.
There's also another artist. It just popped into my head, and I can't remember why I forgot this, but Ace Frehley is still out making albums. He released a new one here just a few weeks back, but there's one. He always does an instrumental or two on his albums, and there was one he did from an album called Space Invader. It's an instrumental called Starship, and it's got a really good groove to it. I think that came out about 2016 or something, maybe.
Right on. I'm glad you added that in. We'll call that your honorable mention. And Ron and MacMan, if you want an honorable mention, because Bubba started the trend, get ready for those because Hillbilly, you are up next. What do you got?
Oh, man. Someone's been taking one of the ones I was thinking when I put this down, of course, was Oliver Anthony, Rich Man North of Richmond, but that's already been taken. So I'm throwing in Jelly Roll for that. Replace that. Jelly Roll got some great songs out there. Somebody else that I like pretty well. I guess it'd be more country, I guess. My wife listens to country music a little more than I do right now. And anyway, I don't know if you heard the guy, his band or his name is just Hardy. And like Hardy's, but just Hardy. I'm rednecker than you. And that song just from the first time I heard that, I'm like, heck yeah, brother. That's a great song. And then man, I'm throwing out there still another great band, especially if you love rock mixed with a horn section. Here Comes the Mummies. Man, just some great stuff. I mean, just really, really great stuff. And that's pretty much kind of wraps up what I can think of right now for the 2000s on up. I didn't hear anybody mention, is it Beyonce that went country?
No, nobody got that one, man.
That's
Maybe somebody out in the chat.
No. No.
I would have mentioned Jelly Roll, but I look too much like them and get mistaken at gas stations. So I'm not mentioning somebody that I look like.
Not that it's too obvious, huh, Bubba?
I have. I'm not even kidding. I have several times been stopped at a gas station. Like, hey, man, can you get an autograph? I'm like, bro, do you see tattoos on my face? Do you see tattoos on my face? Well, you could be wearing makeup. No, I'm not him. I wish I was him because I'd have money.
All right, from we got the fake Jelly Roll in here. Anybody else want to toss in an honorable mention? We got Ron, MacMan. You want to do that? Anybody want to toss in another?
Can't think of any else. I'm just trying to think.
Stuck in a drive-through with you from Weird Al Yankovic.
Wow. Left field, dark horse, Ron Wayne in the
That was
game.
definitely an honorable mention.
Yep. Yep.
Mac Mance would be the crooked man. It's a nursery rhyme. It was mentioned in the movie. It kind of scared everybody crapless. Yeah, it's just.
All right, we got a new banner up down there, DJ. Top 3 songs from the 90s.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
We're going to get to my era.
Wow, that settles in on my shoulders quite a bit because I can speak to the 80s, left, right, every direction, man. I got 360 degrees on that decade, but 90s.
Hold on. I got this. I can start this one off.
Okay, Bubba, to you, man. Take it away.
All right. Nelly, Country Grammar. For one.
Got it.
Number 2, you know what? I got to say, Backstreet Boys, Bye, Bye, Bye.
There you go.
Okay, Bubba.
What?
Sorry, I listened to it a lot when I was kid. Hey, you got to remember, in the 90s, I was like 7, 8 years old. So, I mean, like, anything during that era. And then the last one would be, you know what? I get to say this because Sounding the Seventh Trumpet came out in 1997. Unholy Confessions of N Sevenfold.
Man, Bubba, you like genre jump. Like that's like the kind of perfect approach. I really appreciate that you got that going on, man. You take one direction, pop the other one, and like up to Ron is the next direction we go. What do you got, boy?
I was corrected, by the way. It was NSYNC, not Backstreet Boys.
All right then. They kind of yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, I wasn't in sync there.
God, dad jokes now. Ron, please save us from the dad
That
jokes.
was 90s. That's the 90s dads that did that, right?
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to put the time frame together in my head of what songs went where. That's the issue, It's like in my life, I had a lot going on in the 90s, but it's like, Now, Ace of Base, The Sign.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about Ace of Base.
That was the 90s. And I don't know, Eat It from Weird Al, another Weird Al one. There you go.
Right on. And I didn't expect that to be mentioned either. And you're tossing in Weird Al in 2 different decades. You must be a big fan, huh, Ron?
No comment. On to the next person.
You could have went with Complicated too, by the way.
Weird Al is awesome.
Constipated to the Complicated.
The dude can sing so well. It's crazy. I mean, yeah.
So just to give everybody a little heads up, because I know some people struggling with this. I just searched like 90s rock, or 90s actually songs, top songs. You have to remember, there's people, Elton John, Paul Abdul, Bryan Adams, Michael Jackson, Michael Bolton, Mariah Carey, Madonna, Boys and Men. The list just goes on of Meatloaf. There was actually still a lot of good bands and songs in the 90s. So, man.
Yeah, it can be rough. It's also like we're relying on memory, and I don't know who the youngest one is, but I feel like the oldest one whenever I'm supposed to like scratch my head and pull something out from 1992 or something like that. I don't know. So we want to drop down now and pick you up there, man. Garage guy, what do you got?
Ooh, well, I'll tell you what, they was the 90s, early 90s especially. There's more than 3 songs, but I got to add an honorable mention here. Garth Brooks did a cover of a Hard Luck Woman. There's a video of it here on YouTube where he's on the David Letterman show. And I hate to keep running this band into the ground, but His backup band was Kiss.
Right on, man.
And
They're
he the way he sings it, and he's got this young lady in the background playing the mandolin on it, and his version turned out better than the original, if you ask me. I think it was awesome. Let's see, number 2, believe it or not, Spinal Tap actually did a second album, and the music on there, even if the lyrics are a little bit comical, the music itself was good. The Majesty of Rock by Spinal Tap. And then my first choice would have to be from Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion records. You Could Be Mine. That was one of the songs on the soundtrack to the second Terminator album or movie.
right on back, man. Yeah. Kind of had a little bit of difficulty pulling in everybody for the more recent time, but 90s, you got those in mind right now, don't you? What do you got?
Oh, got to go with Roxette, Joyride, and Must Be Love, or whatever it's called. It's Got to Be Love. Those two songs really good. You guys all go for this hard rock stuff, whatever. I'm just so mellow. I got to go with Elton John, Candle in the Wind. Just great record. And what else can I put out? I can't think of the third one. I've gone blank now. I know a couple from the 80s, but 90s, who else can I go for? Again, I got to go for Tina Turner in the 90s. I don't know what song she sang in the 90s, but she's just a great
Near and dear. Yeah, near and dear with an incredible voice and a really, really long career. Yeah. She's great.
I loved it a bit. So, yeah, those would be the 3 that I go with for the 90s, I think.
Right on. Thanks, man. I haven't listened to a couple of those. Like the Roxette, I think I have the vinyl from what I would spin for dances and stuff. Coming into me, man, that it is so hard. So, Hillbilly, can I break a rule and come up with either an album or something like that, maybe instead of just a single song? I won't do that. I think Smashing Pumpkins, Mayonnaise, absolutely. I'm not going to do an honorable mention. Bjork, Human Behavior. She was in a band called the Sugar Cubes in the 80s, and they were really kind of out there, but I love her voice. She's such a pixie. Really dynamic albums coming after that too. And she took over complete creative control of the stuff that she was putting out. And then I want to do an honorable mention, and I'm dropping my head and I'm kind of smiling and I want to cover it up kind of thing, because I do have to admit, and it was a boom when it landed. Smells Like Teen Spirit. That was in 91.
Oh yeah.
So we're a year into the 90s, and look what happened. We're talking about having a bunch of metal around. Hair metal goes down, grunge comes up, and Nirvana made that happen. Not an OG band. We could talk to OG bands in grunge forever and ever, and their names don't come up until the mid 80s. So,
oh my God.
That's 3.
I think Gizzard mentioned that in the side chat too.
I forgot one. All right, this is the honorable mention. You ready?
Outtakes. Wait, outtakes now.
System of a Down, Chop Suey.
Yeah.
I almost forgot that freaking song.
That was also a game changer, for sure. That had ripples.
So, is it my turn yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, probably, I'm gonna have to start recording this. If anybody that's like VIPs, they see my wife Ames on here, and I'm gonna have to just like go around the camera and then tell Alexa to play the song and then record her actions. But one of our all-time favorite jam out songs is Nickelback Rockstar. And that's just I can play, anytime it pops up, we're just like, I mean, into it, sing the lyrics. Oh man, Candle in the Wind. That is in actually mid or late 90s, I believe. Elton John. That was a great song. And man, probably for my third one would be I waited too long. I'm kind of losing the bands and stuff or the thoughts of them. Oh man, Garth Brooks. I really enjoyed the Garth Brooks era. You know, going to the country bars, line dancing. I mean, it was my thing at the time. I literally was definitely into my country, pretty hard country theme right then, and then just there's just bands, as far as country goes, big rock fan, but you know, um, Garth Brooks in there at time, and then also um uh oh, geez, George Strait. I mean, you can't forget what George Strait did for music. Some of those people, just because if they got mentioned, I probably may have missed them, but yeah. So some of that was a pretty good country line for me in those days. So
Yeah, I had thought about including a country artist, but since I didn't take that honorable mention for myself, Old Crow Medicine Show. If you don't know them, check them out. And yeah, I won't talk about the cover version that's out there. Hootie, Hootie, Hootie. Yeah, Old Crow Medicine Show, an alt country that really was birthed about in 1989 and was 1989, 1990, so right in there. There's a lot of good crossover stuff out there, fellas, and I'm glad that everybody's got the personal faves that they're willing to just put out here because I mean, Mark wants to get a little self-conscious about having to get Kiss up, but like if you're a super fan, you're a super fan. Kiss Army all the way, man. I'm a member too.
Yeah.
Michael Dunn brought up a band right here I totally forgot about, Stone Temple Pilots. They had a total jam with Six type thing, and after Scott Wayland, what was his name? That lead singer, Scott Wayland.
Weiland, yeah, you got it.
Yeah. He joined Guns N' Roses, and they changed their name to Velvet Revolver, and they actually play Six type thing better with Slash and those guys than they did with the Pilots, I think. The live version's here on YouTube, and it's killer.
It's kind of unfortunate that Velvet Revolver. I don't know what the demise was, kind of thing with them. It's too bad that they didn't continue on because I remember that project and I had an appreciation for it, and I wasn't even a Slash or Guns N' Roses fan kind of thing, so I wasn't seeking those cuts out. So I'm glad I get those on the backside. That's sweet.
Yeah,
I think that closes us out, Hillbilly. Unless somebody wants to do last licks here.
Yeah. Oh, and that's it. Thank you, Ron. 2A Matters. Right there. Kid Rock. I was going to say pretty much, a lot of Kid Rock songs. That's my one I couldn't remember.
Yeah. Bull God. Holy, blow out the speakers at stop. Oh, I used to just crank that up. I forgot about him too. And like such energy that man has and still does. So he's still out rolling around doing tours and stuff like that. It's about 2 years back. He was downtown playing at the arena.
Well, I mean, that a person like that is, if I'm not, I mean, I just want to say this for the guy. If you watch any of his stuff, you like his songs or not, the guy seems to be very pro-American, pro-guns and a lot of stuff. along with Ted Nugent too. But you know, the woke crowds come after him several times, but he kind of has screw you money, and he just does his own thing, and has, you know, I mean, he's kind of quite the quiet ambassador, you know, for Americans in a way, you know. I mean, not quiet if you listen to music, but I mean, you know, he's always trying to stand up for what's right. And a lot of good stuff in the countryside too, man. We just can't forget our country friends too, man. They've really done a lot. Rich from Big and Rich, Rich. Can't think of his last name right now. But from the band Big and Rich. Anyway, you know, there's a lot of those country folks out there that's really done a lot of you know, stuff for, you know, all of us. Yeah, Hank Jr., man, he's still going in the 90s strong. Yep. Man. Oh. So does anybody else have any other songs before we get off here? And we'll start back in with the 80s and work our way on back next week after the giveaway. So I hope everybody enjoyed this.
Yeah, absolutely,
Metallica.
Hillbilly. Thanks for doing that tonight. Hell yeah.
Yeah, Metallica, man.
Oh, nobody mentioned Enter Sandman. You know, my Virginia Tech Hokies, when they come onto the football field, they start playing that song, and the crowd is over 60-some thousand people jumping up and down, going nuts. I mean, it's hard to find a better college football environment than that when that's blasting over the speakers. I was at that football game at the Bristol Motor Speedway back in 2016, Virginia Tech versus Tennessee. And the biggest disappointment to me was they did not play Enter Sandman.
Oh, yeah? Wow. And I seen G-Web said, am I the only one that likes Cyndi Lauper? No, you're not, buddy. I like Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah. She So Unusual. That album was great. You know, and the step up the female artist got from her because of that. And if you forget the bright colors and the weird hair and how odd the 80s were, and you listen to her song time after time, it's a heart twister. It really is. So yeah, give her a shot. I'm glad G-Web's brought her up. Cool.
Yeah. I also seen Journey and Rat out there. What you're going now, 80s, 90s. Yeah, there's a lot of them that, you know, Sheryl Crow, man, there's so many good stuff. Cinderella, I seen that out there. Oh man. Oh man, I think we could just talk all night about this, but we are going to have to end this show at some point, as bad as I hate to, because I mean, we've been on here for almost 2.5 hours, but with Hillbilly Nation, man, it only seems like a few minutes. I have so much fun on here, and you guys all are awesome. The panel, I mean, honestly, I am blessed with the best people to get on the panel and the side chat that there ever was, because you guys are just, I mean, never a dull moment. We just have a good time, and I honestly love each and every one. I mean, I really do. And so let's start working our way out of here. So we'll just kind of see. DJ, you're over there on that side. We'll just go that way and back up and around.
Oh, yeah, I got you. Saturday evenings. It was a pre-recorded program this evening on the A Great Start Shooting School channel. But Brooke hosts a discussion about mental health awareness and violence prevention. Please, be kind, offer her some of your time. It doesn't have to be every Saturday. And if you stop by, comment, listen to it a little bit kind of thing, she does have great messages within those programs. So please, give her some attention there. And then, be safe, have fun, carry your guns, and rock. I'm out.
Alrighty, and DJ, would you like to drop Brooke's link out there for her channel? I'm pretty sure
Most
most
certainly.
people know it, but we want to make sure everybody gets a chance to do that. And everybody's saying good night, man. Good night, Willie. Everybody out there, man. We're gonna get this thing wrapped up, and so Mac Man, what do you got coming up, buddy?
Oh, so huge thanks again tonight for inviting me. It's been a great show tonight. Side panel has been great panelists as well. So it's been a great show. So Monday night, my loading channel or my stream Monday night, 6 o'clock Arizona time, 9 o'clock Eastern. Hopefully see you there. We're always talking and doing some reloading on there. So hopefully we'll see you on there. I dropped a bunch of videos today from our trip to Tennessee when we went to Dead Zero. Unboxing of the Canuck TTI, the unboxing of the King Cobra Combat Elite. I did an unboxing and a setup on Garmin Zero C1 chronograph. So there's a bunch of new videos out there for you to watch, guys. I hadn't put some out for a while, but I put 6 or 7 out today, so trying to catch up a little bit. Yeah, and I'm hopefully going to get up early in the morning, go to the range. I want to do some more range time tomorrow, do some filming in the range. So, but that's it for me. I'm going to bug out because I need to hit the sack. So good night, everybody. Thank you, Hillbilly, for the invitation, and we'll see you all next time.
All right. Thank you so much,
Go
Mac,
easy.
man. Appreciate you, brother.
Thanks, guys.
So if you're not already subscribed to Mac Man or DJ, go and subscribe to him. Great stuff. DJ don't have a lot of content, but go over and show his support because he does so much for this 2A community. And while we're talking about Saturday nights too with Brooke Cheney, then she comes on an hour before this show, so 8 Central. And then we have that. Then we have Guns Bearing Therapy at 9, and then at 1 Central every other weekend we also have Foss late night DM Foss. So make sure you check that out. And then as we roll on up there, we're gonna go to the Garage Guy next. When we get up to Ron Wayne, we'll talk about Sundays too. So anyway, what you got coming up, Garage Guy?
Well, yesterday I uploaded a video where I finally found another Ruger SR45. I believe I've told y'all about this before, and it was my first video from the garage this year, and I wanted to save it for that occasion. And so far I'm getting some really good response from it. I enjoyed making that video. I love shooting some 45, and if you ever run across a Ruger SR45, give it a chance. I'm pretty sure you will not be disappointed. Also, it's always a good time being on here. I really enjoyed it. Everybody in the side chat, they were really awesome tonight. Y'all had that side chat rocking and rolling, and it's always good to be here with you guys. So I guess I'm going to get off here and get me a bite to eat. I haven't ate yet, but I'm going to go ahead and after I eat, I'm going to watch those videos Mac dropped today. And Greg Newton, Line Quest Fitness Channel, he dropped a new video as we were on here about a new Gershon pistol he bought. His videos are always good. So it's always good to be here. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time around. Y'all have a good night.
All right, Garage Guy, thank you so much for being here, buddy. Guys, go over and subscribe to Garage Guy 879 if you're not already. Great stuff over there. Appreciate you being here, buddy, and all that you do. And so we're going to jump right on up to Ron Wayne. So what you got coming up, buddy?
Stuff and things. Oh gosh, the usual for me. The Sunday range day, 8:30 Eastern Standard PM, and after that we've got the channel members live stream, cool giveaways, stuff like that. We welcome anybody over there. We'd love to see you having some fun there. And thank you, Hillbilly, for your help tonight. I appreciate that. This has been a really good experience for me learning this. It keeps me busy. I'll tell you that. And I'm going to say this, guys, you have no clue what this guy goes through. I'm sure I've got to say this. I have posted the comments in this stream all night onto the screen for you guys for Hillbilly. So he could take a break, and the man works it. And it takes a lot to do that. And I'm just saying yeah, we thank you for that, Hillbilly. I think on behalf of everybody, I'm going to say that. Thank you for that. And thank you to everybody in the panel tonight, good friends, all these channels. It's a great brotherhood of great people, and it's always a fun time on here. And that's about all I've got. Send it on to Bubba.
Well, first of all, before we get to Bubba, I want to thank you so much, Ron Wayne, for jumping in here and taking and highlighting the side chat and everything. I really appreciate you doing that. And that's one great thing to look forward to is Ron's on Sunday nights. He has a members only chat, and he's thinking about switching over to the StreamYard. And so it's really kind of a little confusing starting off if you don't kind of know the controls and this and that. And so anyway, he's in here cutting his teeth on StreamYard, and I appreciate you so much for doing that and helping out. It really helps me out a lot and everything. So Sunday nights, you guys go there and subscribe to Ron Wayne's channel. Great stuff. Puts out shorts, and stuff. So go check them out. But Sunday Range Day is always a blast. He does that on Sundays. There's a lot of great stuff goes on Sundays. Very, very busy Sunday, for everybody. So he has his Range Day, and then later on that night, members chat. But then also, I'm afraid I'm going to miss some people, but on Sunday nights, also, we have Rich White, his Unloaded Media channel, his show. Let's see, we got She Fires, we got Foreign and Domestic by the Scottish American, we got Ivan, I'm Not From This Planet. I mean, the list just goes on, and I'm sure I'm probably going to miss some people, but Sunday nights, there's a lot going on. So anyway, make sure you go over and check out Ron and some of these other shows on Sunday nights. And thank you so much, Ron and Misty, for being here tonight. I appreciate you. And Bubba,
No trouble.
What you got coming up, brother?
Hopefully I got a Range Day coming up here soon.
Awesome.
I don't know, but hopefully I do. If I can get some time for it. Oh, look, it's Mini Wayne. All right. Just sitting there babbling at me.
I gotta also real quick, Bubba, if you don't mind, I got to chill for Mini Wayne here.
Nice.
Yeah. Mini Wayne has his own channel. If you don't know, guys, go there and check it out. He's always getting into mischief. And so we're going to shout our buddy Mini Wayne too. So, oh man, don't get that thing too close to Bubba. He might eat him.
What? I might eat him. You made our milk duds? I didn't get
sorry, Bubba. Go ahead, buddy. I'm sorry.
I need to make a life-size version of Mini Wayne out of milk duds. New video. But yeah, no, I'm hoping this week I should be able to do a good, the bad, and the Bubba this week. Should.
Awesome.
So fingers crossed. But we
Love
should
it.
have a good, the bad, and the Bubba. It might be earlier than normal because I do my new shift is 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. So I might have to do it a little bit early so that I have a little bit more time because that thing tends to run over a couple hours. So I might have to do it an hour early. So it might be 10 Eastern. It might be 11 Eastern. We don't know yet. Just be on the lookout. Other than that, really don't got much anything else going on. But hopefully we get a range day video in testing out that 350 Legend because the paint job's finally done on it. And
Awesome.
yeah, we got that 1 to 6 Panzer on there, so we got to try that out. Have a little bit of fun with that. Got a bunch of loads I did for it that I want to try out as well. So hopefully we get it done.
8mm Mauser, maybe?
Maybe we might be doing that.
Possibly.
There's a strong chance. I'm still kind of concerned about that little bitty crack in the stock because it's around one of the support beams. But I might throw it in a lead sled, try it out, and then if it's fine, we'll go for it. But yeah. So hopefully we get a range day video.
Oh man. Yeah, but looking forward to it, buddy. Guys, if you ain't been to Bubba Triclops Ballistic, go over there, check him out, subscribe, do yourself a favor. Anyway, Michael Dunn says Bubba looks more like Charlie Daniels than Jelly Roll.
I heard Devil went down to Georgia.
But yeah, his lives on Wednesday mornings, the good, the bad, the Bubba, they're just always a lot of fun. So make sure you go check them out. We always have a great time over there. We just had Barnaby jump in. Hey, buddy, you got in there right at the end of the show, buddy. Good to
Senor
have
Sanchez
you.
is out there. Right on.
Yeah. Barnaby.
Yeah.
Step on snake.
Let's give him some slide whistle for coming in, even though he was late.
Heck yeah.
There you go, Barnaby.
Oh,
See what people miss when they leave early? This is just fun, you know?
Yeah.
No, it's not, just like I'm sorry. Every time I see Barnaby Sanchez pop in, I always think Weekend at Bernie's, and it's just I'm sorry, man. It's just what happens.
Yep.
So how's Bernie doing? He's good. He's good.
Good stuff. Oh man, guys, I can't thank the panel and the side chat enough. You guys are Guns Bearing Therapy. You guys make my day better every week. With this, it's such an awesome community, such a great bunch of people that come together. We try to come here, we try to have fun, and kind of just get a break from the daily grind. And so I appreciate each and every one. I mean, so much. You mean everything to me. I just can't say enough about you. Honestly, I can't. But I do want to thank you guys, everybody on the side chat, everybody on the panel. For those watching the rewind, thank you so much. You guys are all just awesome. I'm just so blessed, and very thankful. And we're going to leave y'all with this. Remember, God, family, and country. And make somebody's day better, will you? And if the good Lord's willing, the creeks don't rise, we'll be seeing you all again. We love you, Hillbilly Nation. Everybody say goodbye.